Hello, and welcome to Queen's Crafts by Bridget. I'm Bridget. Thank you for joining me today. Whether you're new here or you've been around since my very beginning, I truly appreciate you coming by and spending some time with me. If you're looking for me anywhere on the internet, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on my Facebook group page, or you can reach me directly through my email. And soon to come, yes, I'm still saying soon to come, because I promise, guys, I'm getting there. It's just computer stuff takes me forever. I'm sorry about that. But we will be there shortly, and we will have a website up and going. Today, for the cauldron, we have per Pearl 24, Karen Smith, and Alley Cat. Congratulations. And if you don't know what the cauldron is, every single video I pick randomly 3 numbers, and whoever's comment lands on that number, their name gets drawn and put into the cauldron at the end of the month or the very beginning of the month. I draw a name from that cauldron, and that person gets a box of yarn that has been pre-designated for the cauldron winnings of the month. Now, today I'm coming in for a multitude of reasons. I have some happy mail, I have some finished crochet objects, and I have some new fabric in and some fabric I can't remember if I've shown you guys, so I thought I would go ahead and show you since I'm showing you the new stuff that came in as well. So, first off, I grabbed a ball of Red Heart Super Saver out of my stash, a 7-ounce ball in the color pumpkin, and decided to see how many pumpkins I could get out of one ball without going over or having any scraps left behind, and the answer was 4. The very first pumpkin I made was this one here. I did a chain of 31 and a half double crochet back, half double crochet in the back loop for, I believe, 30 or 40 rows. I cannot remember which. I connected them, did a few little rounds of single crochet and some decreasing, cinched it up. Again on the top, did a few rounds of single crochets and some decreasing, cinched it up, and I decided to stick a cinnamon stick in there because it smells lovely, and I absolutely love the smell of a nice cinnamon stick. So, and I also decided to wrap some yarn through and cinch it in, make it have some nice character as well. So that was pumpkin number 1. And then I did a half double crochet again, but I only did 21 chains, and therefore I only did 20 rows of half double crochets, but I just did half double crochet. I did not do in the back loop only. And again, I did some single crochets and decreasing, single crochets and decreasing, and ran the yarn through to cinch it up. Well, then I was riding around in the car, and I decided to do half double crochets in the round and make a little pumpkin change purse. So it has a little drawstring that you can tie up, so you don't want your, I tied it too tight. Don't want your change to go flying out and getting all over the place in your pocketbook. But I made it so that, the change goes in easily, but you're not sticking your hand down in there, just a couple fingers. And just cinch it on up. I did some decreasing, and then I did a half double chain 1, half double chain 1 to make some loops. I did some rapid increasing to make it frilly at the top. I thought it was cute. And then I thought, well, I've got a little bit of yarn left, not a whole lot. Let's make a big one. So I made a big pumpkin bag. And again, I did a drawstring at the top. And I literally had just enough to make this drawstring. I did not have to use any other yarn. but I had absolutely no yarn left other than my little tails. And I do mean little tails, because I had to use every scrap of yarn to get this out. And inside this lovely little bag is some hand spun fun. So I showed you in the last video all the different phases of the fiber that I dyed, the entire pound that I dyed at once. Well, I have completed the very first hank from that spin, and here it is. Isn't that lovely? And it is showing up slightly more blue than what it actually is. Now, there are a lot of blue tones in it, but it is not quite as blue as you're seeing on the camera. And then we got this lovely little baby. Now, I will try to remember to put some pictures at the end of the video so you can see. Ooh, there we go. There we go. There's the color. That's true to color. And then one of the other spins I did last week that I showed you guys, the pinks and the blues, and had a little bit of a brown bit at the tail. Well, I took that tail bit and I took it off because it was a little over 4 ounces anyway, so I had more than enough. And I decided to do this spin. Now that is fairly true to color. Beautiful pinks and purples and blues, and I absolutely love how that turned out. And here is the mini for that. I did a fractal spin. And the little bit that I tore off, I had, when I was done doing the speckly spin that I showed you, or not the spin, the dye that I showed you guys last time, all the phases where I did all the speckles, and then I put it in the light blue, and then I put it in the dark blue. Well, after I got done, there was a little bit of dye left in the pot. So the Rambouillet that I showed you guys last week, I threw in the pot, but I also took all the little bottles of dye that were empty, but there were still drops in there. And I sucked up some water and I shook it about and I emptied them into the pot, all of them. I had pinks, I had blues, I had purples, I had reds, and this is what came out. Now, this started as just a completely white Rambouillet, and it turned to this beautiful shade of pink. Well, then there was still dye left in the pot. So I had 2 bits of white fiber. One was alpaca wool and one was wool. And I also threw them in the pot. Well, I took those 2 and the bit that I pulled off of the pink and blue braid, and I spun a 2-ply. So I spun one on one and one on the other, and I plied them together, and this is what we got. I think it turned out absolutely beautifully. I love how the colors played with each other. And there's hints of blues, but there's pinks, and there's even a little bit of browns. Absolutely love it. And here is the wee little mini for that one. Okay, I think we will go next to Happy Mail, because that contains yarn as well. Now, I have opened both of these. One, I thought it was just fiber coming, and I needed a little pick-me-up after, dealing with the doctors and everything. So when it got here, my little claws could not wait, and I ripped into it. And that is the package that I got from the wonderful and amazing Mama G over at Mama G Gear. I will link her down in the description box. If there, by some chance, you don't know who that fabulous lady is, please head on over and check her out. She is amazing, and you will love her. First, she said she dyed up some fiber. And she said it got a little too warm and felt it a bit. But she thought maybe I would be able to do something with my blending board. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, but I am going to give it a try. And this is what she sent. It is absolutely beautiful. Definitely my shade of pink. And it is almost fairly very, very close to as shocking as what you're seeing it. Love it. She knows me oh so well. But if by some reason if I can't spin this, I do have in my Amazon cart right now a felting kit. So, not that I need any more crafts, I know, shame. But, it's only like less than $10, so, I could totally give it a try. Maybe I could do some felted flowers for the wedding in this beautiful color. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? And also in the box, she sent something else. There was 5 balls of this. I believe they're all the same. It's K&C Bliss. This one is 53% cotton, 34% anti-prill acrylic, and 13% polyamide. It's 195 yards, 1.76 ounces, 178 meters, or 50 grams. It's a product of Turkey. It's a lightweight 3. It says a 4.5 knitting needle and a 4.5 crochet hook. Absolutely gorgeous, and I am definitely seeing an amazing wearable with this in my near future. Maybe not near, but as near as possible. And thank you so much, Mama G. That really did make a hard day just a little bit of something pretty. Not that a gift should make your day, but sometimes when you're having a rough day, a little added surprise is just what the doctor called for. And then this other wonderful lady that I know, her name is Allie, over at Allie Artifacts. She sells me, or I got a box in the mail from her. And then she said, I seen her. So I've already seen this because I am lucky enough to be part of a small social group that once a week we get to meet and chat with each other. And Allie happened to be there. I was in there. Actually, we were the only 2 ladies there. So I was able to open this up just one-on-one with Allie. And so we were able to discuss and talk about the things that came out of the box together, which made that just all the more special for me. And I believe Allie felt the same way. Sometimes when you're in a social group, you get to know people, but you don't get a chance all the time to do the one-on-one thing. And I'm an awful friend when it comes to reaching out to people and saying, hey, what you doing? What's up? Because I feel like a bother. So I don't do it, and I should, and I know I should. And I am working on that. It's something that I am trying to put in the forefront of my mind, to reach out to my friends and tell them, hey, I miss you, and just want to check in to see how you're doing today. And if I haven't done that, don't think that I haven't been thinking about you. I have been, I promise. I just not very good at that part. But anyways, on to this. I'm going to show you what the wonderful and amazing Allie sent me. And again, if you don't know who Allie is, please go over and check her out. She's part of the Scrubby Sunday thing. She's doing amazing things over there on her channel, and she is a wonderful, sweet lady. And I would have told you that way before anything ever come in from her. I absolutely adore Allie. But I gotta show you the most amazing thing that was in the box first. In my eyes, it was the most amazing thing because I love it. Allie made me a lovely, scrumptious, wonderful pumpkin. And I don't know what brand of polyfill she uses, but this is the most luxurious, wonderful polyfill I have ever felt in my life. It is. Oh, I wish that I could just roll around in a box of this. But Allie did a wonderful job making a beautiful pumpkin with colors that just scream the queen. And I'm going to put this up somewhere special so that I can see it all year round. Probably here in the craft room. So hopefully I will find a space that you guys can see it. But if not, I'll make sure to show you on the next craft room tour where I put it at. And also in the box is 2 of these lovely cakes. The Karen macchiato cakes. And let's see, this is a bulky number 5, 6mm knitting needles or a 6mm crochet hook. It says you can wash. It says lay flat to dry. Do not iron. Do not bleach. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool. It's an 8-ounce ball or 227 grams. 481 yards or 440 meters. Let's see, where was the color? Lovely is the color, and it truly is very lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm thinking either a nice wraparound shawl or something that's going to keep me nice and warm, that I can wrap around and know that Allie's giving me a hug. That's what this is going to be. But then, this here just made my day. I have a cousin that is deaf. And so we grew up, doing some signs. And this was always one of my favorite signs, which is this here. And it means, I love you. I thought that was absolutely wonderful. And it just made my night to see that. Allie also sent this wonderful bracelet that she buys to support a truly wonderful cause. And let's see. It says this product fights human trafficking and empowering women around the world. But what they do, I'm not going to read all of that just because of, touchy things. But what they do is they help people that are in really, really bad situations by helping them get a job and getting out of those situations. And I got a very beautiful bracelet handmade by somebody that hopefully is now safe and bettering themselves in a much better situation than what they were found in before they made this bracelet. And thank you, Allie, for making me aware of this cause. And then she also sent a beautiful stitch marker that again says, ooh, there we go. I love you. And one of my favorite places in the whole world is Gloria Jeans. And the only Gloria Jeans in South Carolina, unfortunately, has closed. I would literally drive over 2 hours to get a coffee from there every once in a while. Make it a day trip, go shopping. But they're no longer there. And Allie remembered me talking about Gloria Jeans and my love for them. And she knows how much I absolutely love coffee. And she was so sweet and sent me a bag of Gloria Jeans coffee. Thank you so much, Allie. That is overly sweet, and I love it. Now, I don't know what I did to get so spoiled by these ladies, but I feel very blessed to have been, but more than that, I am very blessed to call both of them my friends. And I appreciate their friendship more than anything in this world. All right, everybody, before I get sappy and teary, you know how I do. Let's look at some beautiful fabric, shall we? I found some great deals, and I seen some fabrics, so they just grabbed my eye, and I had to have, so I scooped them up. This has got some like iridescent qualities to it, and we have moons, we have suns, and the all-seeing eye. Thought that was very beautiful. And this for my spooky fun side. For all my spooky fun friends, we have skulls and tarot cards and crystals and bottles and candles, crystal balls, potion bottles, and stars, all kinds of wicked fun stuff. We got a hand down here, a Ouija board eye, got a magic spell book, all kinds of fun things to find and look at on the fabric. I thought that was really cool, so I had to scoop that one up. And then we have this one here, which is different tarot cards. And I thought that was absolutely beautiful and had to have it as well. Now it's really dark blues, blacks, whites, and there is glitter all over it. I know you can't see the glitter, but I have not seen any of the glitter on myself since I've started messing with the fabric, which makes me very happy because I'm not a big fan of glitter for that reason. Now these ones, I couldn't remember if I had showed you these yet or not, so I was going to show them to you, and that way I'll know for sure. But we have this one here. Now this one is a little thicker of a material. It's really soft and luxurious to feel, but also, again, it's more of the witchy type fun stuff. I absolutely love this butterfly or moth down here. I think that's beautiful. And then we have astrology signs here. I thought that was really nice. And this one was definitely after my heart. All about the coffee. And there's some beautiful ad girls on there. I love that older style of the ladies that did the ads back in the day. I think that's beautiful. And then we have some suns and some moons, some beautiful stuff going on here. Purples and greens and gold in the foreground. And then I know I showed you guys this, but I don't know if I actually let you know that this is available if someone wants a bag out of some of it. It's better suited for the larger bags. You get to see more of the beautiful birds, but if it was requested, I definitely could make a smaller bag. I just think that it's definitely better suited for a large bag. All right, I think that's all I've got for you today, other than, I'm going to be putting up some very beginner tutorials, and they're going up for the main purposes are going to be for my niece and nephew and for the king. He has recently shown an interest in learning to crochet. I made a sloppy video for him and he has started. So I'm going to put up some better videos for him. I know that most of you guys will not need something like that because, you already know what you're doing when it comes to crochet. So I don't expect you guys to watch it. Like I said, I'm putting them up for the purposes of my niece and nephew and for the king, so that if he truly does decide that he wants to learn, the videos will be there and easy for him to access without having to hunt down the link that I sent him for a private video. All right, everybody, I'm going to hop on out of here and get making some more yarn or making some bags. I think I might have an idea of how to fix what I deem to be a design flaw in the zipper bags. But I gotta test it out and see if it works as good in reality as it does in my head. So no promises, everybody, but we're working on it. Until next time, I truly hope that you are crafting your happiness. And bye for now.